Right now, Tarzan's been doing pretty well for these past couple of series. That's why he's been named the LPL Player of the Week for week number 5. Not a ton of side laning potential, really, for either of
proved that today, but they were the #1 seed for a reason. We have to remember, even going back to Split 2 midway through, AL's big roadblock was top Esports at the beginning of the year. It felt like the team that they just could not overcome, and so, you know, the stories have kind of flipped at this point in terms of the form of these two teams, but you certainly can't count TES out at their best.
Question, will they be at their best? I mean, so far, pretty good start for them in this game, although there is a big overload on the bottom side of the map right now for anyone's Legend. They're sending a teleport in from Hong to make sure that 369 is able to farm up this juicy wave, although will maybe cost them one of these jungle camps down here as Kyle's gone forward with the grand entrance onto Kanavi. They will not have a lot of follow-up damage just yet. Now Hong and 369 have arrived. Kyle going way too far forward, and that's enough to secure first blood here for TES. Call the Forge God has come out as well. It finds a knock-up in onto Tarzan, but he's going forward when it becomes lightning. Popping the Crescent Guard and separating all of TES, forcing Cream to down below 100 HP. But Cream will survive and Tarzan will not, as Hope gets headbutted straight into the enemy jungle and Shanks is forced away. AL going way too far forward into the top Esports jungle and is going to cost them a whole lot. 3 kills for nothing for your Split 1 champions.
That is massive for top Esports.
But look at Tarzan. He's in base right now, so there really is no opportunity to go for any sort of contest. And that means that anyone's Legend's going to have to turn their sights elsewhere. 369 clearing out this wave, but the dive is going to come through onto this Gallia. We'll see how much reinforcement really is there. The knockup comes through. Dawning Shadow going to keep Shanks alive for a little bit, but he's just not able to move. He finally flashes out, and Hong's not going to be able to take up enough with that Unbreakable Will. So now the target will become Jackie Love. The wind becomes Lightning connects. Nice quickness from Kyle, and AL find a beautiful response mid.
It's a much smarter dive from air anymore, so those are the kinds of things you can't really afford to get away with if you want to be a team that continues to pressure the top of the standings, but they are still going to get this tower down on the bot side.
Not the dive onto Shanks, but at least getting that first tower going to be impactful as Hong and Jackie Love going really ham onto Hope. He pops the barrier, but it will not be enough. Nicely played.
It's being talked about by us and by a lot of other people as being heavily improved. And now it's Cream who's also making a play.
And Flandra is just dead. One more Incinerate's going to do the job. It's now 5. Just coming off cooldown, perhaps waiting for that moment to strike. As the Herald is down to 3,000 HP. Hong starting things off with the headbutt pull onto Kyle, but he's immediately knocked up in response. Herald is secured by anyone's Legends, but look at the fight on the backside of things. It's already Tarzan going down. Flandra as well, 2 for nothing here for TES, and they could be looking for more. Health bars in the bottom lane are low. Shanks is about half HP. But that's all that TES
separation for AL. Tarzan full committing to the Herald. He is going to be able to secure it, but Senna on the other side might be pretty difficult to break through this gigantic tank on the top side of the map. Top Esports, even with their gold lead, it's even bigger than that because the moment those ornaments start coming in, it's going to be even more of a problem for AL. They're kind of on a timer when it comes to this game, and they're already losing pressure.
I mean, you take a look as well. Remember how far ahead Leave was in terms of these Senna stacks? Only 47 for Hope right now. Not nearly in the same position, and you can see it in the impact that he has in these fights. It's already Kyle taking down the equalizer for Flandra, though, doing a lot. The Ornhorn has been sounded and knocks up 3. Overall, still a 1 for nothing, but now 369 going to be targeted. He has to flash away. Anyone's Legends, they go for the Otacon. Right now, Flandra's still on the top side of the map. He's going to have to teleport here soon or else the objective will just go down. Cream doing a great job boxing out Tarzan. Throws down the Tibbers to make it nigh impossible for Tarzan to get into the pit. But he somehow does anyway. And anyone's Legend steal away the Otacon and will find a massive fight. The taunt will land here by Shanks. A kill already secured onto Kanavi. And AL making something out of nothing. Picking up 2 kills for themselves already. But 369 with a big knockup. But it will not matter at all. Another kill picked up here for Kyle as AL will make a miracle happen.
Oh, Graves, miracle is the perfect term because that looked impossible. There is no way that that just happened again to top Esports. AL continuing to come up clutch in the biggest of moments. Tarzan gets completely chunked up for his entire health bar. And
just last week, and they were still able to win that one. We'll see if that continues to be the case, and their comebacks still remain true. They will lose this second Mountain Dragon, though. Look at the cost of mid-prio. like AL still looking for a fight. Hope chunked down to half HP. The Call of Force God will land on top of him. Equalizer still doing a lot as Flandre is now overheated. And the Dawning Shadow will take down Kanavi. Hope claiming a kill. Kyle with a 2-man knockup. And Hong finds a knockup in response. Searing Charge will land on a Hope. And in comes Jackie Love with the Killer Instinct, but he's going to get knocked out by Tarzan, who's still alive. Flandre cooking him in the river. And it's another one team fight for anyone's legend.
Grapes, we are seeing the comeback that we never thought we would get. Shanks chasing down Cream here. I don't believe he's going to be able to catch up to him, but somehow, some way, AL have a
Slayer, our resident AD carry player here on the LPL stream, alongside Mizel. You're looking for 100 by 25 minutes. That's not necessarily the case for him right now. As 369 going for an aggressive play on the Flandre, matched up by Jackie Love, beautifully executed as they take down the Rumble early on. It's going to be matched by a teleport from Shanks, but not enough follow-up with a TP coming in from Cream as well. But a numbers advantage now exists in the mid lane here.
Oh,
for anyone's legend, they're going to try to use it to take down Kanavi. Kaya with a beautiful knockup. Kanavi using that second proc of the Cyclone, healing up a little bit with the Thunder Sky. But Tarzan will take him down, making it a 1-for-1 across the map. In an extended 4v4 team fight, which is exactly what top esports are looking for. Shanks has been separated, but now it's Tarzan dashing forward on the 369. Gets knocked up by the Searing Charge. Going to be in a lot of trouble before he pops a Crescent Guard. And Jackie Love still very much untouched on his Kaista, but Flandre comes in with the teleport to try to rip apart top esports, but they've already taken down 2 members. And AL bit off a little bit more than they could chew around the Baron, and it's going to cost them Tarzan's life with Kanavi coming right back from base.
Did the script just get flipped? I'm pretty sure now I see one jungler dead on the side of AL, and top esports is now the one pressuring Baron, and honestly, they're in a position to be able to take this, all 5 members up. It's a big, big mistake from AL. The overstay ends up costing them so much, the lives of 2 of their members, and the Baron going over to top.
AL have something to say about it.
Yeah, Cream is in a great spot here. The Ornhorn can also be channeled. It's going to be massive to see exactly who that lands on. These close quarters fights favor both teams. It's all about execution here.
Call the Forge God comes out, finds a knockup onto Hope, already at half HP, but the hero's entrance comes out. Kyle's instantly deleted. That's the first kill, and Kanavi goes to the backline with a Cyclone, not able to take down Hope though. Hope still alive until Jackie Love comes forward. He has himself a quadra kill.
It's a quadra kill for Jackie Love, and they don't care about this soul. They don't care about this dragon. They want the Nexus with the Baron buff that they acquired, a game that was living on the knife's edge throughout all 30 minutes of its lifespan is snuffed out in one fell swoop as top esports push into the base with their advantage and take game number 1.
We thought AL was going to mount another miraculous comeback, but TES throw the Uno reverse card right back at him. Only Kyle remains, and he might be fodder for more KDA padding. Not going to be the case, though. They care just about the Nexus, and top esports will go up 1-0 on the series. Target is just going to be Shanks over and over again in these team fights. It's going to be up to AL to try to make sure that their mid laner stays alive in this one. The damage profiles on both sides are as a nice play by Hong, and looks like they're going to continue to go in once again. Flash is going to be nicely procced there by Hope. It is going to come at the cost of Jackie Love's life as they go forward and pick up first blood. Crash down lands once again on the Hope. One more auto from Hong will make it a trade, and so just the...
and we're not even done here as top esports is getting dope.
Oh, nice handshake. Lands on a Jackie Love from Kyle. He's going to get bailed out and keep himself alive until that final turret shot hits another one. Comes through as that tower just does too much damn damage at this point in the game. 2 for 1 off of the dive from top esports' side.
And Pro Def definitely, you know, will get you there, but Dragon is the priority here.
Ooh, field goal.
Not in the area.
There for Flandre, not finding a stopple onslaught out of anybody. It's going to cost him a whole lot. Cream going forward with the perfect execution and taking down the Scion. Dragon secured by him as well. TES finding a big play in the Dragon Pit as Cream gets himself a double kill. Tarzan very separated from the rest of his team and the rest of the pit. It looks like now with that first one taken down, they do want to go for a play. Tarzan going forward and missing that initial Q, and it's going to cost him a whole lot. He gets bailed out, but it's not going to get taken another kill in time. Cataclysm lands on a 2. Cream dashing forward with that perfect execution, looking for another one on to Hope or Kyle, but now
as well, not really landing on a priority target, and now Shanks is in danger.
He already flashed. He's certainly going to go down there. As things falling apart quickly for our defending champions again this game with the help of Tarzan, who looks to be setting up for a play on Kanavi, but he misses the vault breaker, and now it's the flash away. A big cooldown utilized by the AL jungler, but now they're going to try to go for Kanavi, who has flash on his own. Cease and desist comes out, but 369 has popped the ward. A nice shockwave coming through from Shanks. Will pick up another kill finally into the hands of anyone's legend. Cream uses his ultimate defensively. They're going to use the blast cone forward, but will be able to survive through the ignite as we get another dive on the top side. We're fighting on both sides of the rift right now in this game too. AL win up top and nobody dies down bot.
It's another kill for AL. They will have to sacrifice the dragon to do so, which is definitely a loss. That will be second Drake for top esports. If they can continue to stack these up, a lot of that late game concern that you have is basically completely negated regardless of what the soul is, especially with Corki and Akali having gold. But AL have very much gotten themselves back into this game. They've targeted the members they know that they can get pressure out Shanks, but Tarzan once again might be the target in his own jungle.
Yeah, Hog, blast cone's over, and it's going to be smited away by Tarzan. Now the fight could potentially begin as Shank steps too far forward. Gonna try to get followed up here by the Vibe, but there's just not enough damage just yet. Gonna be a nice hostile takeover coming through from Kyle to buy some time. In comes Hope. Gonna at least pick one kill up, and the bailout will come through. But the numbers are just on TES's side. 369 will end the world of anyone's legends under their mid-tier 1 and pick up 4 kills for TES.
Absolutely massive for top esports. A very, very close exchange over this Herald. It's already getting very low.
Yeah, 5 members of AL are here. Soon we're getting matched by 5 of top esports. Flandra doing a nice job soaking up some damage on the front line. But the hostile takeover already coming through from Kyle. Taking down Kanavi. But look at Cream in the back line. Able to one-shot Hope. The shockwave does a lot. But the perfect execution from Cream is way more. Flandra now separate from the rest of his team. But Cream will fall. Tarzan doing a nice job keeping his team in this team fight. That's just a 3v3 that has been opened up. The Dragon Pit that would be Mountain Soul Point for TES. Tarzan immediately will pop that Herald in the mid lane to try to generate some extra pressure. The mid-tier one going to be the target, but already TS have gotten a tower in response, so an even trade at the very least for the Split 1 champions. They will be able to take this tower in the mid lane. Anyone's legend retreating back to their base. They will not be able to initially start up this dragon.
Yeah, this is well played by top esports. They recognize that AL can't walk up. They can't start this dragon. So why not just start taking a lot of the standing gold on the map? Why not send Cream bot lane and 369 top lane to grab those towers? Shank's still potentially looking to catch this wave on the top side with Tarzan in the area, but it's still going to be Dragon for top esports. It doesn't matter that they move players to the other side of the map. They understand how much pressure they really do control. This is Soul Point on Mountain Soul for Aatrox, Jarvan, Rel. Even Akali with Mountain Soul can be very, very difficult to deal with, and so things are getting very, very dire for AL quickly.
Yeah, I mean, the damage just really is not fully there, especially with Hope being very significantly behind at this point on the Callista as we get later and later on into this game for anyone's legend. So TES getting the Mountain Soul would be absolutely massive for themselves to just continue to add to their ability.
Very much able to zone it off, 369 quite low. You don't want to overextend here and throw things away. You certainly don't want to flip it in the way that you did in game 1, but here we go.
Kyle gets flag and drag. That could be big danger, but he gets Fates called back away. Nice engage from Hong though, and the Cataclysm will find 2. Shockwave though on the other side is big from Shanks. Will it be enough though as Jackie Love's still untouched? Tarzan doing his best to try to keep things alive. The bailout gonna save 1, but not enough. It's 4 kills coming over to TES, and Jackie Love and 369 will stand tall.
What a close fight, all things considered.
Start this one, and Tarzan doing a lot of damage right now on AL side. Kanavi very far away, so they're gonna actually sack this one and set themselves instead up to take this mid lane tier 1, maybe even a tier 2, and get themselves prime positioning around what would be a Mountain Soul for them.
That is clear for both teams, that they really want to be able to prioritize this. 369 can be caught though.
They're going straight for 369. It could give enough time here for TS to start the dragon, but instead, they're looking to cut off Kyle. He gets taken down before he even uses the bailout on himself. It'll come down with Kanavi making it 1-for-1 so far, but Hope gets singled out by 369. Tarzan though will lock down the Aatrox, but Cream is able to get one right back. It's a 3v2 opened up. Flandra and Shanks against the world, but top esports are the world of the LPL right now, and they're able to take down Shanks, single out Flandra, and pick themselves up an ace.
It is huge for Top Esports. It's a miracle play for AL, or at least an attempted miracle play to try to catch 369 out on the bottom side of the map. They want to turn on to Kanavi as fast as possible, but it just takes too many resources in order to burst down this Jarvan. And unfortunately, the mispositioning of Hope on this Kalista ends up really coming back to bite anyone's legend. The fight does not go their way. Top Esports are going to secure this Mountain Soul, and that very well could be the final nail in the coffin.
Soul Shields. They're going to force AL to try to face check because they know they will win a 5v5 fight at this point. Oh, and they go. Immediately, Hong going in with the two-man Magnus Storm, taking down Hope as we speak. It is nobody taken down just yet on Top Esports as the damage just is not there. A double kill for Kanavi as 369 is chasing down Shanks. Baron easily on the menu now for TES.
And that is the dagger. That is the game-ending play, and who else but Hong, who has been massive for Top Esports over the course of the entirety of this set, makes the gigantic play. They burst down the primary duo of AL, and they grab themselves a Baron for their troubles. Grapes, Top Esports are just better.
Yeah, already. The vault breaker forward from Tarzan, but look at the flank from Hong at this point. And in the meantime, it's Jackie Love just taking down the entirety of that tier 2 turret in the bottom lane. Immediately is AL going for something on a 369. A pick would be nice, but the rest of the base could be in tatters. And 369 is still alive. Finally gets taken out by the Rend of Hope, but Hope's in a lot of trouble right now as Cream is looking to dive on top of him with a perfect execution. There's the bailout, there's the Magnet Storm, and there is the game. Top Esports watched AL triumph in Split 2. They watched their international success, and they took that damn personally. A season sweep over the defending champions in Split 3 as TES are the best team in the LPL right now.
Top Esports prove without a shadow of a doubt that going into the end of the year, they are your favorites. They are your heroes. And I know LPL fans don't love to hear this, but your hopes rest on Top Esports right now because they look like the single best team in the LPL.
No notes for TES, a very clean 2-0 win over the defending champions. And man, they are frightening going into the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen.